The fog has been so thick on Mackinac that for 4 days I haven't been able to find my bike. It's May 22nd, 2013, and this is Make and Break Radio, Hump Day Edition.
Bob Wood, National Program Director of the Chum Group, worked with us in producing...
Hold up, before we get started...
Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming?
Dan Calvin.
Back again! Who is he? Just your favorite DJ Savior. Using and confusing beats that you never heard. 1990. Put a smile on your face like Ultra Bright.
You're just fessing, man. I don't even want to hear about it.
You're listening to Make and Break Radio on RadioMackinac.org. Thanks for tuning into Make and Break Radio, episode 100 and something or other on RadioMackinac.org. I'm Daniel Calvin, the host of Make and Break. I'm your sommelier of bad stories, your punk rock concierge, your saucier of sarcasm, the maitre d' of sandwiches. This is a special episode of Make and Break Radio, a special Wednesday Hump Day episode, because I was so utterly disappointed in the quality of show that I did on Friday that I decided to re-record everything, and then therefore I would have better recordings for the podcast later. Speaking of sandwiches, which I had referred to earlier, I've been befuddled lately by the whole idea of sandwiches and how something so basic, so technically simple, so intentionally portable, so tasty can actually be none of the above. What, at face value, should be a simple, tasty, and easily eaten sandwich could be delivered or made to be not tasty. Too dry, too crumbly, too chewy. Too much of this or that, or too little of this or that can destroy a nourishing event. We've all dealt with it. Not enough mayo or other lube. Every bite mimicking eating a handful of flour or sawdust. Oh, the frustration. Or how about those overly wet sandwiches? Whether by accident, overly wet, dripping sandwiches are the pits. Dripping onto your pants, soiling your tie. I shouldn't need a finger bowl after eating a sandwich. Oh, and what that extra moisture does to the bread or bun. A travesty worthy of inclusion on your next tweet or even your very own radio show. While I'm on the bread angle, let me inform you that I don't mind bread, buns, hoagies, or submarines as my yeast-inflated food mittens. Just keep it simple. If my lunch handles fall apart mid-meal, we are going to have trouble. What kind of trouble? Well, for starters, you're going to have to wash my fork that I shouldn't have needed in the first place. Using pretzel bread? That's fine. Don't use a real pretzel, though. Come on now. No one needs an intentionally self-destructing sandwich. French bread or any other super crusty bread. Are you out of your mind? Do you think that the roof of my mouth is made of armor plating? Be careful how much you toast. This can make or break a great sandwich, such as a BLT. Be easy. I like my oral soft tissues in the condition that they are at present, which are actually in pretty good condition. While I'm still on the bread kick, artisanal or multigrain breads haven't any business in a sandwich made for this Dan. Save it for my bowl of granola or for a bread basket with some whipped butter. In my mind, open-faced sandwiches barely exist. What I mean is that if my wallet is involved, they don't exist. Free? Sure, who am I to complain about free food? But come on, is it really a sandwich? I certainly don't think so. I've already taken your time during previous shows ranting about non-Reuben Reubens, so I'll leave that one alone. But I do have thoughts about what some might classify as a BLT. Bacon, lettuce, tomato. Done. Toasted bread and mayo? Of course, don't be daft. Oh dear. I just used the word daft. I've said too much. Yet I feel like I have more to say. I must be hungry. It's May 22nd, 2013, and this is Make and Break.
Welcome back to the Real Straight Stock with Daniel Sir Six-a-Lot Kelvin.
The views expressed on the Straight Stock may not be the views of the Make and Break staff or the RadioMackinac.org management.
I'm gonna give it to you straight.
As a small child, I had the top of my foot filleted after swinging my bare foot into the spokes of my mother's new used bike while sitting on the front spring rack on the way back from Silver Creek Park. The wound had to be treated like a burn to prevent scarring. My father was granted the task of taking a wire brush to the wound on a daily basis for weeks. This trauma has been blocked from my memory aside from just fleeting glimpses of torture and pain, too much, I guess, for a 4-year-old to comprehend. So imagine my dismay today when I witnessed a child riding on the rear rack of her mother's cruiser, tiny flip-flopped feet dangling millimeters from possible amputation, all the while safely helmeted. On Monday, I'll make my way to a tiny shop in Traverse City named Art in Motion for my first and only tattoos. I will have my arms sleeved with tattoo sleeves. I'm going to have a softball-style shirt permanently inked into my flesh. Well, not the whole shirt, but the sleeves and shoulder and neck ring of a 3/4 length sleeve baseball shirt. You know the kind. The cherry on top, a giant number 3 on my back. Put me in the game, coach. I'm ready to play.